Armen Kurdian is a retired U.S. Navy captain who has led a number of search and rescue operations just like this one. Appreciate you joining us, sir. Let's start with this. What is it like for these dive teams right now? We understand the U.S. Navy's on scene as well. What is it like for the dive teams in the water under the ship right now?
Good afternoon, Leland. Well, imagine 50 feet of water. It's exceptionally cold. Light doesn't penetrate very much down to that depth. It's probably going to be murky, and then there's a current as well. So you've got a lot of factors working against you for these divers. It's hard to figure out where you are unless you have some sort of personal sort of mini inertial navigation system to understand exactly where you are. Due to exposure and the temperature, you probably don't want to be under there for very long. So you're going to have to be rotating divers in and out continuously. At this point, I would expect to have a full or a pretty solid map of the bed of the river and where all the vehicles are, perhaps where most of the debris is as well. So the divers are obviously going to be searching where those vehicles are expected to at least hopefully, beyond hope at this point, finding somebody, but also trying to recover anybody who might be under the water.
I think about also just the enormous risk to these divers. You imagine that bridge collapsing, all of that steel, and it's unstable. You've got current pushing it around. This is not a risk-free operation.
No, absolutely not. These divers are absolutely focused on saving lives. They don't think about themselves when they go in. It's the same for firemen, for police, first responders, Coast Guard. They are so focused on search and rescue, and having been a part of a couple of search and rescues myself during my time in the Navy, that's the mindset. You just shift into a completely different gear, and all you care about is getting people safe, getting people out, and then keeping your people safe at the same time.
You can just imagine what it was like, the chaos at 1:30, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning as they were trying to figure out how many cars and how many people were in the water. We listened to Wes Moore, that's the governor of Maryland, earlier, talk about the Mayday call that came in from the ship, indicating they had lost power and they were drifting towards the bridge. We don't have a copy of the Mayday call, but we do have him talking about how precious those few minutes were when they were able to shut down the bridge. Take a listen.
The thing that we do know is that many of the vehicles were stopped before they got onto the bridge, which saved lives in a very, very heroic way.
1:30 a.m. in the morning. Obviously, there were some construction crews, and a number of them, 6 of them, we believe, died in this. Tragic as it is, you think about this, if it was 1:30 in the afternoon or 6:30 in the morning, we would have been talking about dozens, if not hundreds of cars in the water, would we not?
Absolutely. Think about it. You mentioned the ship and the Mayday call. This crew, understanding the serious predicament of their situation, no power, perhaps loss of steerage, loss of propulsion control. You saw the lights go on, the lights go off. It's very telling. Right before the impact, you see a massive plume of black smoke coming out of the vessel smokestack. That, to me, is indicative of they got the engines running and they're slamming into full emergency reverse to try to slow down their impact, hoping beyond hope that when they did impact the stanchion, that the impact wouldn't be severe enough. But 97,000 pounds or tons. That's the equivalent weight of a fully laden aircraft carrier, which I happen to be on a couple of times. And at that kind of weight, that kind of head-on collision, I don't think there's any amount of engineering that's going to stop something like that from happening. This is truly an awful, awful situation. They will do a full-on root cause analysis to determine why power was lost, why steerage was lost, why there was no redundancy, what may have caused that the failure, and go all the way back to the very beginning, the actions of the crew, the actions of Coast Guard, the actions of first responder, rebuild the entire situation from start to finish so that hopefully this never happens again.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.